Hello! Hopefully you can see me on this fabulous Friday. Sorry if you were watching this morning. Technical difficulties, that's why. It's probably not the best idea to do these live. But never mind. I like to ride the live on the seat of my pants. We'll just see how it goes. I don't know how many, I don't know if anybody's tuned in. Hello if you have. Welcome to these live English lessons. It's not the nicest of days outside, so I'm hoping that might bring more people in. You're very welcome into live in your living room. Right, as always, this is the lesson today for pupils or kids in S4 to 6, but anybody else is welcome too. You might learn something that you might need later on in your school career. So as always, we're going to start with our word of the day. Today's word is accentuate. Woo, fancy. Accentuate means to make something more noticeable or prominent, to make it stand out. Like my top yesterday, if you remember, the rainbow. For example, his t-shirt, unfortunately, accentuated his tummy as I breathe in. And the spelling word of the day, remember next week, if you are up for it, we're going to have a little spelling bee, a little spelling quiz. So we're going to get 20 words. I'm going to pop them up at the weekend. It's been absolutely hectic this week, so I'm going to try and get loads of stuff uploaded to the Aim Higher Facebook page. Please join the groups, and then all the work, the PowerPoints are going up there at the weekend as well, because I know it might not be the easiest for you to see, especially with me in the way. Alright, today's word is very appropriate if you were watching this morning. The word of the day is embarrassment. Yes, we had technical issues this morning, so I had a 5-minute lesson and then it all went pear-shaped. Thanks for your patience if you were joining me. And the lesson will recommence again on Monday, so at 10:30. So 2 hours, 2 essays in embarrassment. Right. As always, the cheesiness of Leslie. I like a pun of the day, and I thought this one was quite relevant to today's topic on persuasive essays. So, becoming a vegetarian is a big missed steak. Get it? Mistake. Sorry. Right, reminder. I did this the other day, but some of you may just be tuning in for the first time. The portfolio, or the folio as we usually call it in English, is 2 pieces of writing and you work on it over the year. It's externally assessed, so bribing your teacher with a cup of coffee is not going to work. It's marked by other people outside the school who are paid by the SQA. And you have to submit it usually end of February, early March, so that their teachers have got time to get them all bagged up and put in order, because you can imagine how long that takes. There are strict guidelines on the SQA, from the SQA I should say, on how much teacher input there should be. You should only have it marked. There's a limit to the amount of times it should be marked and how much we can write on it. So it's very much your work that we're wanting to see. Don't ever think about, I'll just copy my wee pal down the road, he did an essay last year, I'll have that, or I'll just copy and paste them online. Yeah. 2 things. 1, your teacher will know what you're capable of by the time that the folio is getting written, so they'll just think, where's this from? And secondly, do you want to fail your English and other exams? Do ya? No, is probably the answer. So don't be a numpty and plagiarise, because it'll not get you anywhere. It'll just cause you to fail your subjects. So don't. You wouldn't cheat in an exam, so don't cheat in your folio either. It's your work we're wanting to see. Right, so the folio consists of 2 pieces of writing. 1 is creative, so that is usually a personal reflective essay or a creative piece. There are there's a wide range of things you can do, but usually most kids would write a short story. The other piece is a transactional discursive essay, so that's got to be on a topic. It can be a report and stuff like that, but usually kids will either pick a discursive essay or a persuasive essay, and we're going to go into that in a wee bit more detail shortly. There's a strict word limit on this, because obviously if you've only got you know, a certain amount of time to get through all these papers to mark. You can't be writing War and Peace because we'll never have time to get through all these candidates. So the word limit for National 5, each piece can have 1,000 words. There's a bit of scope there, but 1,000 words is the limit really, and 1,300 words is for higher. So each essay you can have that much. Kids always say, can I get away with about 400 words? Yeah, I mean there's not a limit, sorry, there's not a word, you know, the least amount of words, but it's your X factor moment. So the more you write, the more you're showing off your skill. So I always say just try and write as much as you can, as close to that deadline as you really can, because it's your chance to show off what you can do. Just like an X Factor, you know, if you've got a 2-minute window to sing, you wouldn't be like, ah, and then stop, you know, and walk out. Simon would just be like, next. Each piece is worth 15 marks, so that's obviously 30 for those who aren't as good as maths as me. I did fail it. Anyway, the other 70 comes from your exam. So each piece is worth 15 marks, which is 15% because every mark is 1%. Alright, just to make sure that your brain is alert, that you're engaged, that you're awake, just to get those muscles working, I would like you to spend a minute. You don't have to write anything, you can if you want, just openly, verbally, with someone there or yourself if you like to talk to yourself. What is the difference between a discursive essay and a persuasive essay? Right? A wee minute to think about it. Alexa, play. Alexa, stop, please, dolly face. Thank you. Alexa, you're looking mighty fine today. Have you lost weight? Did you come up with an answer? So, discursive. Both points of view. Think about Houses of Parliament. They're on one side, they're on one side, and then there's a guy in the middle trying to keep them in control. So it's a bit like a debate. There's two contrasting opinions being discussed. It's balanced. So you're objective in the essay. You don't really have a view either way. You might say something in the conclusion like, from the arguments, this is my opinion, but it's got both for, against, positives, negatives, advantages, disadvantages. So it looks at both points of view. The purpose of a discursive essay is to educate the reader, and basically you're leaving it up to us to decide what side we are on. Unlike a discursive essay, a persuasive essay, if you think about the word persuasion, I'm going to persuade you to subscribe to my channel. What am I doing when I persuade you? I'm trying to convince you. I'm trying to put my point across so strongly that you are going to change your mind or start to agree with me. That's what you're doing in a persuasive essay. So it focuses on one point of view. So you would take one of those, positive or negative, for or against, one of those stances, and stick with it the whole way through. So as it says, it presents a strong, one-sided argument that you show that you're committed to that belief, that you've got such strong views that you want to get other people on board. And although through a persuasive essay you will be looking at alternatives at times, immediately you'll be like, "Pah, that's rubbish because," right? So you can show that the alternative side, it's important to do that, but really you're just doing that immediately and then sticking the heat in it and saying that's not the truth because, and then sort of go back to your argument. The purpose of that one is to educate and persuade the person reading it to agree with you. So which one should you choose for your folio? I strongly believe that the better pieces are persuasive essays. Alright, there's a couple of reasons that I've written here why. It's easier to show your opinion, and it's much easier to show off those techniques that you'll be learning over the year by doing persuasive. I think it's a lot easier to bring in emotive language, rhetorical questions, all these sorts of things that I will be revising with you over the next little while. Think also about if you do a past paper for RUE, for close reading, they're one-sided. Yeah, so it's one point of view all the way through. You don't get somebody sitting on the fence getting splinters on their backside saying, oh, it could be that, it could be that, it could be that, it could be that. They stick to one thing and then, again, try and convince us to agree. And it's your job in that essay to change opinion through the power of words. It's the power of words. Sorry if I've shattered your eardrums. Right, next. How do I choose a topic then? You've said I'll persuade. Okay, you've persuaded me to do a persuasive essay. What am I going to write about? Right, so firstly, there's no set topic. The choice is yours. You want to pick something that you are genuinely interested in, okay? That you want to read about, you want to research. If I said, right, you've got homework tonight, I want you to do a bit of research. Oh, no! If that's your reaction, you've probably picked the wrong topic. So it should be something that you are genuinely going to enjoy, not just because your wee pal Bob down the road has done one essay on that, or you hear somebody in class and you think that'll do, or your teacher gives you a choice, like I'm about to, gives you a few options and you go, I'll just do that. Pick one that you want to read a bit more into. So think about your own interests, hobbies, what do you enjoy? Alright? I didn't enjoy anything, I'm a teenager. Just pick something. Right, I'm just going to go over some topics that you might want to pick. These are ones that I've read over the years, and many, many years I've done this job. Right, always see when you, a good source is BBC News website. I always like to look at that. It's organised into different categories and fields. That's a good starting point. So that's kind of how I've organised this. So your topic could be something to do with health. Alright, if you're interested in health. So things like smoking, vaping, obesity, veganism, sorry it's chopped off the end, shortage of nurses or midwives and the impact that's got, alcohol pricing, does it work, the mental health crisis, especially with the young people, how can we, support it more, energy drinks, their harm, mobile phone obsession, these are the sorts of ideas. So again, you would pick a topic and then argue one side. Right? So if you were doing veganism, would you be for it or against it? So stick to that one. Education could be a topic. So banning student fees. Should we be paying for university in England? Grammar school system. Again, that's maybe England more, but you can write about it. Using technology in classroom. Teachers should keep up to date. The benefits of it. The school day should be later. I mean, hello, us teenagers, we like to hibernate. Starting at 9 o'clock is just cruel. So you could do it on that. The exam system needs an overhaul. Does it? Does it work? Does school inclusion work? So variety of needs in one room. The benefits of a new language. Learning a foreign language has many benefits. You could do it on that. Finance, another topic area. Food banks. Overhauling the benefit system. Does it need an overhaul? Are we addicted to shopping? Concert prices. Ticket touting. Whatever you want. Other topics could be moral issues, so I've just put a few up there for you. Arranged marriage, smacking ban, nuclear weapons, genetic modification, child beauty pageants, sport, again another popular topic, racism in football, PE should happen every day for every kid, argue whether or not you agree. The dangers of child rugby, should it be banned in schools for example? Drug testing in sport, the boxing ban, you would either pick either for or against, whatever side you're on. Technology, another topic area. Drones, I'll stop droning on. alternative fuels, electric cars, driverless cars, anything about cars because I love cars, that's totally fine. Pick a topic on it. Cybercrime, these sorts of things. Right, lastly, animals. You might love animals, want to do it on something to do with that. So there's a few topics you could choose. These are some examples, remember. Reintroducing wolves to Scotland. Poaching, ivory poaching, that sorts of thing. Puppy farming, tail docking dogs. If you don't know what that is, Google it. You maybe don't want to do it on that. Banning horse racing or bullfighting. Do safaris work? Politics, you could do it on that if you're interested in that. So the current voting system, the impact of having one leader, you know, if that's a positive or a negative thing. 16-year-olds voting, celebrities in politics, does it work? How to make politics more engaging for young people. Because as soon as I say politics, are you awake? Moral issues, so anything else, arranged marriage, poaching, surrogacy, conscription, that sort of thing. That slide may be a duplicate, sorry. So conscription, again, if you don't know what that is, have a look. There are topics that I would say to try and avoid as best you can. Some of you might have already started your topic. If that's up there, apologies. Have a wee look at it. I'm not saying it's a ban on these, but it's just they're a bit overdone. You can look at that teacher with her head on the desk, bless her, and you know, the topic is important. You want to do something original and unique that I'll remember, the person marking it. So things that are a wee bit overdone, I would say. Euthanasia, so that's obviously assisted suicide. The death penalty, footballers' wages, arming the police, abortion, animal testing, social media, video game violence, and legalising marijuana. These are all sorts of topics that are done a little bit too much, so try and avoid them. There's nothing to say you can't adapt some of them, but just try and maybe change the topic slightly. So if you were wanting to do something, say you can do like CBD oil or something like that, you know, so, or if you want to do it on football, pick something else, you know, like the racism idea, or should we ban alcohol at games, or should we bring it back, you know, that sort of thing. So now when you pick your topic, you've got to start doing the research. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of advice about that next. There's loads of sources available out there for you. Obviously the internet, especially being stuck at home at the moment, you've got time on your hands. So now is an ideal opportunity to start this, thinking about this essay. Even if you've not had it sent home from the school, I would say get thinking about that now, because when you go back, there is so much to cram in to the National 5 and Higher course. Your head will spin! So if you can, do a little bit of research now. So there's obviously hundreds of websites out there, but be careful, I'll talk a wee bit about more of that in a minute. Obviously things like magazines and newspapers. I didn't buy a paper! They're all online, so have a look there. You can watch the news. I hate the news, I just watch the telly on like my Xbox and, you know, well, just watch something. There's going to be documentaries on YouTube and things like that if you pick a topic. Could be a TV programme that comes on and you think, oh, actually that's quite interesting. And obviously speak to professionals and other people. If you know, say you want to do the shortage of nursing and your mum's a nurse, use her. What is the impact of that on your life? Just thinking about what I said earlier about topics. Obviously topics will, you know, there'll be a 1 year where there's a massive topic that everybody does. So like last year it was plastic pollution because that was on the forefront of the news. And the year before that I think it was, you know, the orcas, killer whales, and the ban on SeaWorld, that sort of thing, because the Blackfish documentary. So we tend to find that every year there's going to be a topic that everybody likes to do. I'm going to guess this year there might be a topic that's going to be used quite a lot. Can you guess what it is? Could it be something to do with coronavirus? Now, I'm not saying you can't, but I'm just saying that obviously there might be a lot of kids writing about that. So, depends what, you know, you can maybe pick something different. Be careful with your sources, is my piece of advice. Obviously, any Tom, Dick and Harry can set up a website or look, you know, or put a blog on or write about a topic. You don't want to use just some random guy who's opened up a web page, right, and spouting their opinion. So the resources, the key word is reliable. You're looking for reliable resources and things that are appropriate to your topic. So a good starting point is looking online at high quality newspapers. I'm saying high quality newspapers, so I'm sure you know some of the newspapers you might not want to use. So good ones that I would suggest are things like The Guardian, The Scotsman, sorry I missed out the S, The Times, The Telegraph, these sorts of things. And you'll tend to find when you Google a topic, those are the sorts of ones that come up first. Like I've said, just be careful of just going on any random website, because you don't always know if it's professional or trustworthy, and you've got to use some of the statistics or facts that you find in your own essay. So that's why it can be tricky if it's not a reliable source. So a good pointer is when you Google your topic, hopefully the sort of better, more popular, more sophisticated and professional websites will pop up first, so you don't have to do a massive trawl. Anything with a .gov UK in it, the word gov is government, so that's reliable. ac.uk at the end is reliable. That stands for academic, which is things like universities have written it, so professionals. Anything from NHS or health websites, things like ASH, for smoking, that sort of thing, they're great. You can have a wee look at them. And the thing is, obviously, BBC News or Sky News or ITN, they're also really good, reliable sources. Newsround has got a lot of good links on it as well. BBC Bite Size can help. And I've said that. Wikipedia comes up a lot. Again, anyone can set up a Wikipedia page to give information. I would say avoid it, but if you go onto it, sometimes at the bottom it'll have a list of other sources and other places you can look. So that's the only reason I would say that it would be handy. Don't use it as an actual source, but you can use it as links to somewhere else. Right, finally, my top tips for finding information and what to do once you've got it is please copy and paste the website full address as you go. Jot them down. It's a lot easier just to type on Word, because you need to type your folio anyway. So I would just copy and paste the full subject bar as you go. Right, don't make that mistake. I'll just shove it all in at the end. We want to see where you've got this information, and it's part of sending away the folio to show where you got this stuff. Your teacher will ask you for it as well, so you can prove where the resources have come from, and your facts and things. So just copy and paste as you go, because see if you've got to do it the other way around, where you've got your essay and you've forgotten and you've got to go back and take steps back, it takes so much longer. Saves a lot of time. You're wanting to, I'm going to talk about planning the essay and structuring the essay next week, but you're wanting to have enough information to have a 5-paragraph plan. I didn't do plans, that's not how I roll. Well, I'll talk about the benefits of planning this type of essay next week, so you will be doing a wee plan. Don't worry, it's not a huge amount of work, but it will be a lot more beneficial for you in the long run. And I would always say try and use about 6 sources. Some would use a lot more than that, but at least 6, so that you can show that you have done a lot of research, you put a lot of effort into it, and that you've got maybe a variety. So if you can have more than just websites, if you've got a documentary, that would be great. It just shows that you've looked at different things. And that's today's lesson on persuasive writing, how to pick a topic, what to do once you've got it, and a little bit of help on the research. On Monday, I'm going to start looking at some close reading, RUE stuff. So I'm going to be looking at how to put things in your own words, which are basically the understanding questions that I spoke about the other day. And then later on next week, I'll be showing you how to plan this essay and how to start structuring the actual essay itself. If you haven't already done so, could you please join the Aim Higher Facebook page? Once you're on that, if you click groups at the side, then you can ask to join the groups, and that's where I'm going to put all these PowerPoints, worksheets, extra bits of help for you to do at home, a little bit more work to do at home, just to keep you going as well. And if you haven't, please subscribe to my Aim Higher channel. And I'm not getting a huge amount of viewers. I'm hoping it'll be word of mouth. Will soon take off because there is quite a lot of work going into this, and it'd be great if I could be globally famous like Joe Wicks doing his woo exercises. So that'd be fab if you could tell your pals, your bro, your sis, everybody in your street, socially distance of course, get a megaphone. If you're not on Facebook, you can join you can get hold of the resources I'm going to put up on Google Classroom as well. So the codes are there. To join the BGE group, you need one code, and to join the other group, you need the other code. Alright, so that's where I'll be putting up the PowerPoints and all the resources too. I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart to do my bit. However, if you'd like to chuck me a couple of quid to say thanks, if you found the information helpful, then there's my wee PayPal address. You could just chuck me a couple of pounds to say thanks. You don't have to. It's just if you wanted to show your appreciation. And sun looks like it's starting to come out. Come on, it's Friday, people! More of staying at home. Yeah. Being safe. Nice. Can I just say it's my daughter's 13th birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday tomorrow, Elizabeth! Just thought I would embarrass her in front of however many people are here or on YouTube. Right, that's me gonna go now. Let you get on with the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your day and the weekend. I'll see you on Monday for some close reading work. Take care, stay safe. Bye! Alexa, play, please, doll.
Which phone number, contact or device do you want to call?
Alexa's clearly been on the beverages this afternoon. Bye, everyone.
I want to ask for Alexa's Play Lebanon. The beverage is the South, but I can't.